The only way to go is slim style.
We take a look at the Belkin QODE Slim Style keyboard. It is a Bluetooth keyboard for your iPad Air.
Welcome everybody, a Spike Studio remote studio review. We've got lots of products we need to cover. This one, another case from Belkin that they've sent in. We had a couple of them. You can see the other review. This one is the Slim Style keyboard case. This one is for the new iPad as well. What we like about this one that they sent in is a Bluetooth keyboard as well as a hardcover, all sent in one. It's supposed to be slim and lightweight, so we're going to take a look. We've got the iPad here. First of all, the packaging, it's just a piece of cardboard. That's all there is to it on this one. Pull it out and pull out the edge here. So this is what you get inside the box. You'll actually get the USB cable so you can charge it because it has the, of course, battery in there for the Bluetooth. The only thing we've done is pre-charge this. We haven't done anything else with it. The idea was that if we needed to turn it on or do something, we wanted it charged. So we'll slide it out of the two slots. Inside, what you're going to find is, nice little cover there and the Bluetooth keyboard, as well as the actual info sheet that they put in here that folds in for your iPad new. The sheet itself, one of them is a disclaimer for all the stuff about power and electricity, and I don't know how you're going to blow yourself. The other part is the actual setup guide. Setup guide is 4 big steps. Put your iPad in, put it on the settings screen, turn on Bluetooth, hold down 2 of the keys, which is the function key and the plus equals key on opposite sides. I thought they were 2 next to each other the way the circle was. So actually the functions key and the plus to actually do the syncing. So we have our iPad. This is the iPad Air. We have holes on the back for the camera and for the microphone, which is very important. A lot of the cases we're getting don't have the slot for the microphone, so when you're doing some of the stuff, people can't hear you. They can see you, but they can't because they're covering it up. So we'll slide that in, make sure it all fits properly. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not liking the edges on this very much, the way this fits in there. Now, it's a little snugger once you get it on. At first I was a little bit concerned the way the edges were fitting on here. As you can see, I'm going to take this off live, and we do all this live. It's just kind of a strappy, loose thing. I don't know. I'd expect it to be a little tighter. I like the little clips that we do on some of the other cases. The other Belkin cases as well have these nice snap-on clips. This is made for easy on and off of your iPad, I know, but that's just a little cumbersome. Now, something else to note. Camera hole lines up. The microphone hole lines up, and you'll notice the way this is done, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit, is it just doesn't cover the camera hole, so it doesn't wrap around the top all the way. A little bit interesting, but not a big deal there. We'll close it up. So closed, there's no clasp or hook on this case to keep it closed. I would like to see a Velcro strap or a side strap or something to keep it closed. You open it up, it does have the smart screen technology. We're going to turn it off. Okay, we'll turn it off. We'll cover it up. Let's see if it has the smart screen technology in it. When you open it up, yep, it doesn't have that. Because of the keyboard here, I guess, I don't know if this magnetic is supposed to be or not. It does expose all the ports as we talked about. Now, what is it supposed to do in terms of a stand? It is a Belkin stand as well as the keyboard for the Bluetooth. So on the back, you have this lovely pop-up piece. It has a rubber bottom to keep it stuck on the table for you appropriately, and it's supposed to sit, and then you can adjust it in multiple angles using the rubber piece on the table. So we're going to actually show you that live in just a second here on the side. You can actually see it working. We had a shot of that. Now for the keyboard itself, we found it comfortable. The keys are pretty wide and well spaced out. They're not backlit, so keep that in mind if you're working somewhere dark. It's not a backlit keyboard, which would take additional power, of course. Syncing it was simple. It wasn't hard to do. There's no additional pockets. There's nowhere for styluses, business cards, or anything of that nature. It's basically a hard back for the keyboard, a nice hard firm, I wouldn't say total plastic, but a firm back for the top part for the iPad protection itself. Now, one thing you could do with these, if you're going to use this in a business mode, is take a look at our review that we did on the 3M privacy screens for landscape and totally protect the data that you're typing and working on. It's a great add-on for this. So, what do we think overall of this one? Easy to set up. Lightweight. The battery did last a few days after we did some of the testing with it. It doesn't have the smart cover add-on and off, and as you can see, and this is kind of interesting, I don't know how well this will show up on the camera, but there's a little bit of a gap in the way that it bends right there where the keyboard is, so it has a little bit of a gap. I would have loved to seen some sort of strap to keep this shut, be it a fold-over strap or something else. As an example, and I'm going to show you the other case as an example only, is this has this nice magnetic cover. I would have loved to see that on this case, or some sort of strap that came around the outside. So what do we think? We like it overall. We like the typing. We like the keyboard. The keys were easy to work with. They were responsive. They're spaced out enough. They're not too crammed in there. They give you a bunch of the extra options, cut and paste, some extra menus. Pay attention to the top row for a bunch of those extra pieces. The pair button is up there as well. You have a bunch of the command keys and function keys, so this will work with other things. You wouldn't have to just use it for the iPad per se. Now the other part they wanted you to point out is you can fold it backwards behind it and hold it. What does it do though? It makes one side thicker. So no matter what you do, this side where you fold it will be thicker when you hold it, but it lets you still use it in portrait mode if you want to read. It is not a stand for portrait mode. It is not built for that. Could you hold it like this for a little while? Sure you could. Is it made for that? Definitely not. So we want to thank Belkin for sending it in. Please click the like button below. Also, go over to Amazon, let them know the review was helpful or not, either way, just so they know that you saw it. Also, if you have your own products you'd like us to review at Spike Studio, please get in touch. We'd love to see yours. Thanks again